Today we're going to be talking about NNDM Stock and their possible partnership with Google. Let's get into the video. Hi everyone, my name is Zach and welcome back to Finance Bro. Before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please leave a comment of how many shares of NNDM you have, how many you want to have, and also consider leaving a like and subscribe as it really helps with the growth of the channel. And if you guys are interested in investing in NNDM and you have not already made an account with Public, the social investing app, go ahead and do that. You're going to get up to $70 worth of free stock when you just deposit $1. You can literally just take all of that money out right afterwards if you want, but I would suggest staying on the app because it is a very good app. Really quickly, I do want to let you guys in on kind of what Public looks like. This is actually the desktop version. I think that the iPhone version even looks more clean than this, but basically we are able to give you guys like updates on different stocks, such as why SoFi is up today, why we invested in a stock. You can see here that you can see when we sell a stock and we give reasons for why, and then also you can see our portfolio and our long-term portfolio and our watch list. So if any of that sounds good to you, go ahead and get signed up with Public. It is going to be the first link in the description. Just deposit $1 and get that free stock. But with all that out of the way, let's get straight into our stock for today, which is going to be NNDM. So here we are on public.com, and you can see that NNDM is up 8% on the day. Now that is going to break it out of its bearish trend it's kind of been in. Overall, it's up 1% on the week, but after September 17th, it took a pretty massive dive down towards the downside, but recently it has been doing extremely well today. So overall, we love to see that today. Just a very strong day, and this is also on Public. First link in the description. But before we actually start talking about the news for today, we have to talk about the social activity around the stock. So basically what I really like to do is go to StockTwits every morning. Now, we are not sponsored by StockTwits. I just literally do this. We are sponsored, however, by Public. First link in the description. But I like to go to StockTwits, see what's trending on the day. NNDM, one of my favorite growth stocks, as it is in the genomic sector, which is going to be one of the biggest sectors according to Kathy Woods of ARK Invest. If you don't know who that is, she's a very smart investor with a very successful ETF, or multiple ETFs. And NNDM is trending number 3, and it was trending number 1 earlier today. So I was like, oh, I gotta go check out what this is all about. But what you really like to see is when a stock is trending on StockTwits, that means it's probably got some news out on it, or people are just really excited about the stock. But anyways, let's get into the news for today. So NNDM actually did have a webinar today where they talked about multiple things, but this guy on Twitter did mention one thing that did come out of here, which is most likely what has most NNDM stock investors excited. So he basically says, ticker symbol NNDM or NNDM, announcement of potential partnership / working with Google could mean big things for the stock from here. Shares currently marked up just a couple percentage points above cash on the balance sheet. Looking for some formal write-up on this in after hours. So basically, someone said, hey, what's the source of this? It was talked about on this Zoom webinar, live exclusive investor group call for Wednesday, September 22nd at 11 a.m. Eastern. So this was basically a couple of hours ago. But yeah, basically they announced a potential partnership with Google, which would be absolutely mad, especially for a stock of this like market cap size. Now we can come over here and talk about how this potentially could affect NNDM. So first of all, I would like to say that visitors trends for the last 2 weeks, 10 weeks, and 9 months, it has been going up. Obviously, that's extremely good. If we see here, the market cap is about 1.5 billion, and whenever a market cap is this low, it really doesn't take much for a stock to go really high, because all it takes is one shark to kind of, put, say, 100 million, say 10 million in, and that invests the stock jumps a percentage. All of a sudden, a lot of people are talking about it, and they start investing in it as well, and it starts a snowball effect. Now the volume today honestly isn't that much more than a regular day. It is at about 8.8 million. The average volume is at about 8.4 million. So overall, the same amount of stock is pretty much being traded today. However, it has been pretty much just green volume because of the good news that we have been hearing. So yeah, if we come down here, we can see that the financials actually aren't too good. You can see that their earnings have just been absolutely terrible in 2020 as well as 2021. However, revenue is starting to pick up a little bit. You can also see here that the recommendation trends, there are two basically recommendations, and those are one of a strong buy and then also a buy. So it's basically a buy according to Yahoo Finance right now. If we come over here to their financials, we can actually check out their balance sheet, which I really like. Basically, they have $1.5 billion in total assets, and about 1.3 billion of that is literally just something just went wrong. Is literally current assets. So that's basically stuff that could be liquidated within the next year. In terms of total liabilities, they have $33 million, so basically none. And then in terms of current liabilities, they only have $14 million in things that need to be paid within the next year, basically, is what that means. In terms of debt, they only have $3 million in debt. So their current cash position is extremely good. As you can see here, cash is 1.3 billion. So they are going to be able to basically run themselves for a very, very long time because their liabilities are basically nothing. And as they grow their revenue, they will have no problem basically getting that revenue up. Now, one thing I don't like is when you take a look at their shares issued, they were at about 46 million shares before, but then they did sell a lot of stock in order to capitalize on the kind of run up that they had, which is smart for a company, but they kept doing it. Now, what I do like is that they only added about 8 million more shares. I believe, 8 million more shares in the quarter of March to June. But I still would like them to not issue any more shares. They have more than enough money, but at least it's slowing down now, but that is something I don't like. But overall, their total cash position is extremely, extremely good right now. Okay, now we can come over here for a technical analysis. So obviously, this thing has been trending down for quite a while. Now, we did used to trade this back in the day on our old Discord, and we did trade on this little run up they had. Ever since then, we have been seeing a bit of a downward trend, but overall today we did just break out of this resistance. So there was a resistance here at the $6.12 range. Now I would love to see Nano Dimension stay above $6.12 today. It is right there. If it could hold this for the next hour before market closes, I will be very bullish on Nano Dimension going forward this week. In terms of MACD, it is trending up, and RSI is at about 70, so a little bit overbought. But as long as we can stay above $6.12, I'll be bullish on it. But yeah, that is pretty much going to be it for today. If you guys did find any value or entertainment out of this video, then go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and also consider commenting, as all those things really help to grow the channel. But yeah, that's going to be it. My name is Zach. Hope to see you in the next video.